beautiful day out there. It's beautiful in here too. Welcome back to the DAP Hour, where drinks are full price but the tips are free. We were working on our plaster fluted wall here using this DAP Plaster of Paris. We realized there's actually a chalk paint recipe on the box. So we're gonna try to do a chalk wall paint using DAP Plaster of Paris. Ooh la la. Let's do it. Okay, so the operation here was to get the mattest possible walls that we could. Sure, we could just use a matte paint, but where's the fun in that? We wanted to go chalky. We wanted super, super matte. So first things first, we applied a full coat of just the paint in order to achieve the color we wanted and also to give us some room to mix our chalk paint in the paint can. Little hack there. So in order to achieve the chalk paint that we used, all you're gonna do is mix equal parts of water,
Plaster of Paris,
and the plaster of Paris, and then it's roughly about 20% of that mixture to 80% paint. But again, it depends on the paint and it depends on the finish you want, so play around and see what finish works best for your room. But the good thing is, once that is all mixed up, the process is pretty straightforward. However, achieving the finish you want might not be. In our case, we applied the chalk paint to the wall and then used a thick, rough, nasty looking brush, a stain brush, I think. It was pretty much a broom. When we tried to texturize the wall to achieve as much texture and finish.
We didn't know what we were doing.
We were trying different things to see what would work and what would look best. And what we achieved was really cool while it was drying. The only problem was when it dried completely, all of that texture was gone, even with the skylight. And we learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't film your ending before the paint is fully dry because you'll look like an idiot, like this. See what happens when you dap it? Just wrote that. This wall is chalk painted, so there's some texture in it and it makes it a little more interesting. There you go. But instead, we didn't go. We didn't go at all. We came back to a room that looked like we hadn't done chalk paint at all. So it was back to the drawing board, or back to the paint can. And this time we decided to go across the pond to jolly old England, because everybody knows England pairs well with Paris. So this paint is Ball's Dead Flat paint. It is the flattest, mattest paint on the earth. But we can do better than that. If we add some plaster in Paris, hopefully this chalky, dead flat paint will give us the finish that we so desire. This time we decided to mix the plaster of Paris and the water
Plaster of Paris,
outside of the paint can. We made a slurry of the plaster of Paris and then mixed that with the paint. And what that did was make the whole mixture smoother, silkier, more consistent, less chunky, more fun to paint, just all around better. So do this instead of mixing your plaster in Paris and water in the paint and you will achieve better results.
If that's what you want.
If that's what you're into. So we applied that mixture to the already painted walls and then we held our breath and waited just to make sure that when it dries, that there was no possible way to make this wall flatter, matter, better. And this is what we were left with. Flat, matte, pretty much the definitive maddest room on the planet. And we were finally happy, and so were the clients. So they filled the room with furniture and we filmed an ending once and for all. Well, there you have it, folks. The maddest walls known to man or woman, or the maddest walls in the world, thanks to DAP. DAP Hour is officially over. You can let yourself out.